George Chambers making his way into the red corner. Fighting out of SFK MMA. Getting himself ready for an A-class bout at 71 kg. Joseph Scanlan making his way into the blue corner, fighting out of Budokan MMA. Both men getting right in each other's faces. George in the higher Busa Valtudos, Joseph in the Venom Valtudos.
George coming out first and land him. Oh, both guys looking to shoot, but George gets underneath.
Beautiful shot from George. Joseph looking to work back to his guard. He's got that nice frame, he's shrimping. Oh, George gets control of that wrist.
Yeah, he's not concerned at all about the guillotine attempt.
Yeah, he's going to stifle Joseph's attempt to get back to guard a little bit there.
This is something we're not seeing tonight. Joseph's got the guillotine, he's actually trying to get back to his guard and
yeah, he's
make something useful out of the position.
He's actually using a frame and trying to shrimp out back to his guard. But George is really good at controlling his wrist and his neck, make sure he doesn't do that, and he gets his head out as well now. George staying busy with that ground and pound. Joseph's trying to come over onto his knees. George has got that head, he's got a front headlock now, but Joseph's still trying to come back to his knees.
Yeah, George taking the mount now. This is a bad position for George.
George come back on top.
He's giving his
taking the back and he's gone straight into that rear naked. Flattened him out as well. It's a beautiful submission. It's a very nice transition.
He's trying to go to the short choke and he's locked up the rear naked choke.
He's looking tight, he's got to squeeze 8%. He cannot burn his arms out. It's kind of on the chin at the minute.
Out of that. Yeah, he's squeezed out.
Joseph scraped that off quite easily actually. He didn't look in trouble, but right now, Joseph's got George on his back. George's weight quite far forward, so Joseph might want to try standing. He's gone the wrong way on that.
George has come off and he's looking to shoot again.
It's a sprawl from Joseph.
Yeah, Joe looking to turn him. He's got the guillotine.
George coming back into that double. Joseph manages to work him.
Yeah, George is relentless with his takedowns.
Yeah, George is really switching to his upper body wrestling and his lower body wrestling really well.
A decent takedown defense. And
kind of ended in a 50-50.
Almost ended up on top there. But George wins the scramble.
Nice. Joseph's got that Kimura from a half guard. Hard to snag the submission, but he can use that.
Yeah, he could sweep from here. I don't know if he wants to try and get back to full guard. In fact, he's not even got half guard, but he's looking for the sweep.
No, he's not. There's an armbar there for George, an armbar counter. Made famous by Matt Hughes on onto GSP.
Yeah, George is definitely dominating the wrestling here, and again he finds himself on Joe's back.
Thing is, this is a relentless pace for George. Can he keep this up over 3 rounds? But it's taking just as much out of Joseph. Nice shots from George, but Joseph doesn't look phased. Again, George's weight really far forward there. Works out well.
George's got the body triangle now, and he's got it on top in the right position. Only a few seconds left. I don't think he's going to have enough to finish.
A nice technical round, really good grappling round there.
Yeah, George set a fast pace, and for me, Joseph's just one step behind all the time. He's doing well to just about keep up, but George is edging it.
George looks okay. He doesn't look tired. Doesn't look stifled, and Joseph looks the same. Should make for an interesting second round. I'm going to go on record and assume George Chambers is the younger brother of Ben Chambers, both from SFK MMA, and I see Ben, who fought earlier, in the corner of George. Good relationship with your corner is always important.
Absolutely. George smiling, ready to come out again for the second round. Let's see if Joe tries to switch things up a little bit this round.
Both men tie up.
He lands a knee, and again George gets underneath him.
Some really rapid striking in the pocket there before George ends the big takedown. Joseph makes some space, tries to roll, but George is good at staying on top. He's got a good base.
Yeah, George is dominating these positions, and he's making Joseph use so much energy in his bridging and, you know, trying to constantly escape and get a better position.
And again, George goes into that rear naked. George is good at snagging that sub on transitions, but I think he does actually need to transition first because the position's usually quite loose.
Yeah, at the minute he's slid off and Joseph's landed on top. But he's working the sweep. He's trying to switch it back around again. And Kimura attempt there from George, and it's he's used it to sweep and land on top.
Land on top. He's actually landed in a bit what could be a manic triangle there if he took it. Not sure he knows the move.
Again, he takes the back.
He takes the back, and again he's
high.
He's
going to switch to the arm bar. Great transition there.
He just flick over that right leg. He's going for it. He's going for it. He's got it. He needs to attack the wrist if he's going to break that grip. Joseph needs to pull his elbow out of that center point, which is exactly what he does. But he has to scramble to his back.
Yeah, George is relentless with his takedowns.
Yeah,
with
George is on top pressure. Really
nice. He's going for sub after sub.
I think he could do with getting position before submission, though.
As we say that, Joe looking to stay busy off his back and perhaps get that triangle, and he's almost got it there. If he could pull the head down, George has got one hand in, and he gets the other hand, gets both hands in. Joe needs to really do something now to try and turn this round around in his favour.
Yeah, George has some very busy grappling, and that's really hard to fight against.
Yeah, the minute he's 2 rounds for the good.
Joseph took a knee to the body there. It looked like it paid dividends.
So again with that Kimura. This time he's got half guard.
George has got a nice, had a nice grip of his own leg, but it's been pulled out now. Such a hard submission to get from a half guard bottom though.
Yep, he's got it, and he's trying to put it behind George's back.
Yeah, but George has passed off of it. Once again, there's an armbar there he could take.
Good defense from George, and now he's pummeling Joseph, making him pay for that submission.
Last 10 seconds.
Joe's a gamer still, and again, George's looking for that rear naked choke, but like you said, Jake, he didn't quite get the position.
Oh, he's got it there.
Oh, so close.
Oh, that was so close. Went straight into the flat and out, was right under the neck.
Yeah, George is so close to finishing, he's just falling a little bit short.
Yeah, I think he's just slipping up on the positions. He'll get the sub, but it's his position that looks kind of loose. Both men looking a little more tired now. I'm going to imagine pretty much we know what George is going to go for here. And it's if Joseph can come up with an answer to defend it. And George is going to close that distance, so Joe really wants to maybe try and time an uppercut. Maybe try and jab uppercut to open, see if he can catch George on the way in. He tries for a knee instead. Oh, and he tries for a spinning back fist, gives up his back.
Oh, and he's falling to a knee bar.
See if Joseph
I
can do
said Joe can work this. He needs something to, he needs some kind of Hail Mary finish to end this fight because he's 2 rounds down.
It looks locked out. It's how good he is at his leg locks. Obviously, George's defense is better.
Yeah, George again, he just got that grind and just pummeling Joe again.
Yeah, he's got a real kind of John Fitch kind of style. He actually fights a little bit like Charlie Brenneman, and he looks a little bit like Charlie Brenneman as well. Maybe he did that on purpose, I don't know. But right now he's got double unders and a beautiful trip.
Yeah, Joe really needs to do something massive here. He needs to get out that bottom position and turn his fight around. Because at the minute, he's losing this fight, and George is so close to getting one of these submissions. He's got the body triangle and just content to pummel his man at the minute.
Yeah, George's weight is really far forward when he's got that back mount.
Yep.
I mean, Joseph really just needs to stand up and kind of pop his butt up and have a little shimmy, and George might fall off. Also hinders his ground and pound being that far forward. If he sat back a bit, he could really put something behind those shots.
Yeah, he needs to go back to just having the 2 hooks in and sit back on Joe's hips.
Even though he needs to go for the flatten out. He needs to push under the armpits and back with his legs, hips down, arms up. He's got it there, he could go for it, but he's kind of just doing the little...
Joe seems so tired now.
Yeah.
He looks like he's just trying to defend, and
Oh,
George is desperately trying to get...
He did a nice job there raising his chin, but then he still went across the jawline rather than... He exposed the neck, but then didn't go under it.
I don't know how much Joe's got left in him now to get back to his feet and turn this fight around. George looking for the armbar, I think. Well, he's reversing some kind of Kimura. From that position, he could have slipped off for the armbar. Let's see how badly George wants to finish. He seems tired now, so I don't think he's going to finish it with strikes.
Yeah, Joseph, although tired, is still trying to make his way out of these positions and up to his feet. Another cover for the last 10.
Last 10 seconds, George's going to punch him to the end.
Going to punch it out.
And he's fell off.
Joseph manages to roll to on top in the last few seconds. Not sure it'll be enough though to get the W. I'm sure that would have been a 3-round decision to George.
Your winner by unanimous decision from the red corner,
George Chambers gets the nod from all 3 judges in a pretty dominating performance.